So here we'll start with line, and as you hover over all the details, it will give you tips, help, and that's how easy AutoCAD is actually. So let's click a line, and you can just start creating lines. So what I'm doing over here is moving my mouse and then clicking my left mouse button, and that's how it is entering. And as you can see over here, it is giving you certain green points, which is called snapping points, and this is from object snap. If I close this, then as you can see, it's not really giving any of the green points. Also, if I right click over here, I can select which kind of object snaps that I need. So let me just click it on for some easy use, and that's it. So right click, enter. If you want to close it, just right click, enter. Another way is line, escape. It will close the command. Okay, you can click escape at any time for any commands, and it will close the command. Next is polyline. Polyline is basically just a line, but it is more continuous. It's considered as an object. So if you see, it's a joint line, whereas a single line is just a single line. It's not connected. So that's a very huge difference between a line and polyline. Polyline are very good, for example, for making similar objects, and it will all be in the same fashion. It means it will create it will follow the object philosophy, which does not happens with a line. But at the same time, polylines are difficult to work around with sometimes, but also whereas lines are very easily modifiable. So these are certain different things. For example, if I need to move one line, it's not going to happen. It will be moved as a joint line. But for the example, for the line, I can just work around it. There's no different difficulty in this one. Then we have the circle, which is very basic, just a circle. But if you see the arrow below, you have different options. So circle with the center radius, center and diameter, 2-point circle, 3-point circle, tan. So 2-point and 3-point circles are good. For example, if you want to make concentric circles, for example over here, so these are some options that you can utilize for creating the same circle, but in different ways. For example, tan is also very good to create circles. So these are very good, especially when you're making engineering drawings and you want to create some holes, or you want to create some you want to give more accurate data in different variations. So this is how you can utilize the circle. Then there is arc. Again, very simple, very easy to work with. You might be noticing that all my lines are specifically, it shows in 180-degree, 90-degree snap, which is also because of this, because of the 90-degree snap. So once I close it, I can move it in different degrees. It does not has to be stuck to 90-degree. So it gives more freedom of movement. Similarly, as we saw in the circle, even in the arc, there is different ways you can create the arc, center point, end to end, and so on. So for example, over here, I can just make it like this. So there's different ways of utilizing the commands, and this is very helpful, especially when you're creating engineering drawings, and you can utilize different ways in using the same creating the same object, for example. Then the next command is a rectangle command, which helps you create rectangle itself. You don't have to create the squares or like this. Even you can create a square, for example. If you see the highlight, you just write 6, tab 6, and that's it. It creates a square. Sorry, if you want to create a square, just click it anywhere and then type over here 6, tab 6, and that's your square. So you can create square, or you can even create polygons. So polygons are with different sides. For example, if I want to create an octagon, just click 8 and enter, 8 and spacebar or enter, and then center of the polygon, and then does it wants to be inscribed in circle or circumscribed or about the circle. So you can select the option which kind of octagon you want based on the dimensions that you have. Is it inscribed or circumscribed? And then just place it. That's how simple it is. You want to make a polygon of for example a pentagon, same, just create it, and that's it. Similarly, you can just make of any number of sides. Then the second is ellipse. Ellipse are also very good objects that are utilized in engineering drawings, and that's how easy it is to just create ellipse. And again, as we saw in the circle, there's different options to create an ellipse. At the same time, you can also just make it with an arc. So instead of a circular arc, here we'll have an elliptical arc. So that's an elliptical arc. So these are different things that we can work around with to make arcs, to make objects, different drawing options. And before we get into the additional options, these are basics ones. Let's also catch up with hatch. Hatch is a very good command which can be utilized to highlight certain areas, to showcase different textures. And the easiest command is to just have a solid, and as you can see, it is already picking up areas which are enclosed. So it's an enclosed area, that's why it is able to pick it up. So this is very good. For example, if you want to just probably make an abstract painting, probably you can just create something of that in AutoCAD as well. But this is very good command to show different hatches, and for example, just to show that okay, this is a different area, this is a different area, something like this. Okay, so we'll just make this a bit smaller. Make it, yeah. So this is how you will utilize hatch in engineering drawings. And as you can see, there is gradient and boundary options also. Gradient is different colors. Okay, so these are some options of hatch and how you can utilize them. These are the basic commands of the first tab of the ribbon, which is draw. And then we'll see some advanced commands in the next video.